Hey, Cub fans! Welcome back to Randy Talks Cubs. Thanks for joining us. Disappointing afternoon in Wrigley. Cubs dropped the series finale to the Pirates 3-2, and we've now lost back-to-back series for the first time this season. It did not go well today. Let me give you some of the totals offensively. We got the two runs, one in the third inning and another one in the sixth inning on a couple of sacrifice flies. Guys, we only had two hits. We had one hit through 5 innings, and then got another one, and that was it. Walked 4 times, struck out 7 times, left 5 on base, not a lot of traffic. We were 0 for 4 with runners in scoring position, and we literally got zero contribution from 5, 6, 7, 8, and 9 today. And to me, it's been a little bit of an experiment. Nico was out again today, so we had the middle infield of Masterboni and Nick Madrigal, and I think that experiment has run its course. I know I've seen enough. Masterboni, who had played well, at least defensively, up until a couple days ago, sort of his clock ran out a little bit yesterday and today. He was scuffling at shortstop the last 2 days, and Madrigal is just all but useless at this point. And so I think that experiment's over. I would be shocked if they continue on with this. Now, we know we're off tomorrow, and we're probably going to get Nico and Dansby back on Tuesday to open up against the Braves. But we have to move on from the Madrigal and Masterboni mindset. It has to be over. I've seen way too much already. And I really thought at some point Masterboni was going to start hitting. I kind of liked his glove throughout all of this. And then it kind of he got in over his head a little bit the last 2 days, but he just can't hit. He's hitting 125, and we get absolutely nothing from either of them offensively. And then Ian Happ, he had an 0 for 4 day. He was hitting in the fifth spot in left field. Guys, Ian's hitting 208, and we can't have Ian Happ at 208. Isn't going to make it. Miguel Amaya went 0 for 3 today. He's hitting 181. Michael Busch has been struggling. I don't know if you've been paying attention, but last probably 10 games, Michael Busch has not given us much. He's hitting 245. He was 0 for 3 with a walk today. So Happ, Busch, Madrigal, Masterboni, and Amaya, 5 through 6, gave us literally nothing. We got a little more than nothing from the rest of the group. Talk led off in right field. He went 1 for 4, and he scored the first run in the third inning. He led the inning off with a triple, and then Seiya hit a sac fly to center field to score him. And so he was 1 for 4 with a run scored. Seiya went 0 for 1 with a run scored and an RBI, but he walked in the first, had the sac fly in the third, got hit by a pitch in the sixth, and then he struck out in the eighth. So 0 for 1 with an RBI and a run scored. Belly went 1 for 4. He had to do a double play in the first inning, grounded out to third in the third. He doubled in the sixth and was stranded. Flied out to center in the eighth. And Christopher Morel went 0 for 1 with that RBI sac fly in the sixth. But so he had the sac fly, he got hit by a pitch, and he walked once, then popped out to short in the ninth inning. So we're not getting any offense. And I know we're back to Dansby and Nico coming back, but we need to figure something out offensively. And clearly some adjustments need to be made. And we've been talking back a week that we need to maybe bring somebody in, and I don't know if they're talking trades or what the situation might be, but we can't continue on with what we're doing. And we've been following Brennan Davis And I know I talked about him a few days ago. Well, I got more news. He had a grand slam yesterday, and Brennan Davis has 7 home runs in his last 8 games at Iowa. He is literally right now on a big-time heater. In 22 games at Iowa, 82 plate appearances, 17 hits, 8 home runs. He's slashing .279 average with a .439 on base, a .689 slug. His OPS is 1,128. He's playing left field, he's playing right field, he's DHing, sort of splitting between those three. And I got 2 things in my mind around Brennan Davis at this point. And we know his history. Former number 1 prospect for the Cubs, former number 15 overall, struggled through injury after injury and setback. Dude's only 24 years old, and he was at one time our number 1 prospect, so we know he's extremely talented. Well, he's healthy, and he's on a big-time heater in Iowa. He's 24 years old, and he's hit 7 home runs in the last 8 games. Meanwhile, we can't get a hit. So if you're Brennan Davis, you've got to be asking yourself, if I don't get the call, what do I have to do to get the call? And I know he's an outfielder, and we've already got 5 of them. I get it, and I understand the dilemma. But the big picture is we're struggling offensively, and we got a red-hot hitter, hottest hitter in the organization is in Iowa, and I'm all for rolling it. And if that means doing whatever we got to do, but I'd like to see Brennan Davis get some at-bats. I'd also like to see Luis Vasquez in replacement of both Madrigal and Mastrobuoni. What do we have to lose with bringing those 2 guys in? Whether they do it or not, I don't know. We got a log jam in the outfield, and I know there's some big names that you hate to just pull, but how long do you just keep doing it, going with what we've got? I don't know. I feel like I'm there, and we've got Monday off to sort of take a deep breath and reset. It may happen, it may not, but today's game was, for me, the culmination of this. We've been treading water. Now we've lost back-to-back series. We lost a series to the Pirates at Wrigley, 3-1. And we're still in good shape. We're 26-22. Brewers lost to Houston today, so I think we're 2 games back. And I'm going to say it again. How are we 26-22, 2 games back with what we've been doing and how we've been trying to do it? I know we got Jordan Wicks and Drew Smyler that are on the mend. They're going to start pitching some a rehab game here coming up, so they're coming. Julian Merriweather is also starting to throw. So I can see that there's a little bit of light possibly at the end of the tunnel, but at the same time, you got to do what I think a Major League Baseball team has to do. And if you have players not performing and you've got some other guys who can, you got to give them a shot. So I'll just be interested to see if anything comes of this. But I'll just restate it. For me, the experiment with Madrigal and Mastrobuoni in the middle infield and really in the lineup in general, I'm done. I'm ready to move on, give somebody else a shot. We can't do any worse. So that's the offensive side. Let's go ahead and talk about Jameson Taillon today. Jameson Taillon didn't get any help. And I mean, he didn't get any help from his teammates. I'm going to give you his line. He pitched 4 2/3 innings today, gave up 6 hits, 2 walks, 4 Ks, and a home run, 92 pitches, 3 earned runs, bumped his ERA up to 2.20. And what I mean by he didn't get any help, it's exactly what I mean. He gave up 6 hits total, but 4 of the hits could have been made by our infielders. Literally, they were plays that probably should have been made, and it didn't happen. Now, only one of them cost him a run, and the other 3 just cost him another batter to face. So we had 4 plays that we should have made for Jameson and didn't. And then Hayden Wesneski comes in in the 5th inning with runners on second and third and 2 outs that JMO had left for him. And instead of Hayden striking the guy out and getting out of it, saving Jameson 2 earned runs, Wesneski comes in and he walks Connor Joe and then gives up a 2-run double to Gonzalez. Those 2 runs were attached to Jameson. So literally, Jameson got no help. So let me walk you through what happened with Jameson. First inning, Kutch gets a single, opens up with a single, but Mastrobuoni should have made the play. He ranged to his left, should have made the play. It would have been a good play, but it's a play a major league shortstop makes. Gave Kutch a hit on it. So he ends up striking out Cruz and Connor Joe to get out of it. 23-pitch inning. The second inning is when he gave up the solo home run to Jack Suwinski. Suwinski finally got him, hit a fly ball into the basket in right field. In the third inning, Kutch gets credited with a single, but it's a play that Morel should have made coming in on a ground ball. He was coming in. He tried to short hop it and just didn't come up with it. They gave Kutch a hit. Major League third baseman should have made that play. Again, cost Jameson an out. He had to get an extra out. In the fourth inning, another scenario with Christopher Morel. A good solid line drive hit by Gonzalez to Morel's right. He caught it clean, stood up, spun around, and just all he got to do is make a throw, make an accurate throw, and he did, and he threw it wide. So they give Gonzalez a hit, but to me, that play should have been made. So that's the third time that Jameson's defense didn't help him out. Cost him a hit. He had to get an extra out, which he did. Then in the fifth inning, the play that Bush missed on Reynolds, it would have been another great play. This was a hard hit ball, but Bush got his glove on it. Ricocheted off of him. Madrigal tried to pick up the ball and throw it back to him, but they end up, it's a hit by Reynolds, but it hit Bush's glove first. Very easily could have caught the ball. That's 4 times. And none of those 4 times cost him the run to this point. So 6 hits, 4 of them should have been made by his defender. And then in the fifth inning, he gets pulled for Wesneski. He gave up a couple hits that were true hits. And now he needs a little help from his buddy Hayden, and he didn't get it. Hayden walked Connor Joe and gave up that 2-run double to Gonzalez. And to me, it was kind of crushing for J-Mo. I thought he pitched better than that. J-Mo was really good today. Everybody makes those plays. Wesneski comes out and handles it, and we win the game 2-1, and Jameson's a hero. But it didn't happen. So after Wesneski gave up the Gonzalez 2-run double, he gets Suwinski 3 unassisted. He comes back and pitches the 6th inning. So Hayden's total lines look better than they actually were. Inning and a third, 3 hits, a walk, a strikeout, and Hayden's ERA is at 1.91. Ben Brown came in. He pitched the 7th and the 8th inning, and he ends up with a pretty good line. Goes 2 innings, 1 hit, 1 walk, 3 Ks. Ben Brown's ERA is down to 3.57. But in the 8th inning, he walked Suwinski to lead off, and then Grandal reached on a throwing error by Mastrobuoni, and it was the oddest thing. Mastrobuoni was shading Grandal to the middle. Grandal hit a little slow roller, and Mastrobuoni comes in, and he's like 60 feet from first base, running right at Michael Bush, and just sort of tweaked it out of his hand and throws it high, and Bush has to leave his feet to get it. So just a really bizarre-looking throwing error. So we only had the 1 error. I suggest we should have had 5. And so Ben Brown had to pitch around that, which he does. Ben Brown looked really good. Some nasty curveballs. So that looked good. Then Luke Little came in. He pitched the 9th inning, walked Reynolds to start, strikes out O'Neal Cruz, gets Connor Joe to ground out to second base, intentionally walks Gonzalez to get to Suwinski and gets him to ground out 4-3. So Luke Little, Ben Brown did fine. Hayden did fine, other than he wasn't able to help Jameson out. And Jameson really had a good outing. I'm not unhappy with Jameson's outing. And at the end of the day, we scored 2 runs for him. So the staff did fine. I'm not worried about that. JMO just had a little hard luck. So not only are our starting 9 guys not giving a good defensive effort, we have not played good defense, and it was not good today. And so we're not playing good defense, and we're not hitting. Something's got to happen, and it's going to be an interesting 2 days, I believe. I believe some changes are going to be made. That day off is right when we needed it. And we got the Braves coming in for 3. You show up on Tuesday night with the lineup we put on the field today, and you run them for 3 games, we'll get swept by the Braves. Next thing you know, we're back to 500 even, and we're at a fork in the road. So something's going to have to give. We'll see what happens. So, but that's the situation that we have at hand. Cubs are 26-22. Still can't believe we're 4 games over 500. We're just 2 games back in the Central. We got them right where we want them. So we got to figure it out, though. We got to do what needs to be done. Got to make some hard choices. Oh, I also wanted to say PCA came in the 9th inning after Bush had walked, stole second base on the first pitch. So Wizzy was up pinch hitting for Madrigal with PCA on second base, down 1, bottom of the 9th, and Wizzy flew out to right field. So that's how close it was. As bad as we played, as bad as we did all game long, we had runner in scoring position in the 9th inning with 2 outs. We were right there. We were 1 hit away from getting right back in it. It didn't happen. As bad as it was all day long, we were that close. I guess that would be my point. We're close already. We just need to do what needs to be done to clean this up. And there may have to be some hard decisions, but I think it's time for those. So we'll see what the brass comes up with over the next day or 2. Guys, thanks for joining us here on the RTC. Really appreciate you checking us out. I'm going to enjoy the day off. You guys take a deep breath, regroup, pull yourselves together, get ready for the Braves on Tuesday night. Go Cubs, go.